If someone has to squint to read your flyer, scroll forever, or zoom in to just understand it, that's an accessibility problem. Today I'm going to show you how to make flyers in Adobe Express that are readable, clear, and accessible. And the core principles of accessible design is that your text is readable, that colors have enough contrast, and that information is easy to scan. The first thing that I'm going to do in Adobe Express is just create a new document, and I'm going to go to my templates and look through them. So here's a template that I'm starting with. The first thing I'm going to look at is the fonts. When I click on this text, I'm brought to the font menu where I can choose different fonts. Accessibility starts with font choice. Decorative fonts are fun, but they're not great for body text. When I look at this font, it's not decorative, but it is very bold and it is readable. But if I go down to my font drop-down bar and I scroll down, I can see a lot of fonts that look more fun. Maybe I'd like to try them out. But the recommended font types for accessibility would be fonts that are Arial, Helvetica, and I think this font is readable and it is very bold. I'm gonna keep it that way. Now we're gonna look at color contrast, which is one of the biggest accessibility issues. The most common problem is low contrast text. And looking at this, there's a lot of color going on, so it looks very busy, but it looks like the font colors are working with whatever color they're behind because I can see it stand out. Low contrast would look like something like this. If I were to look at this poster, I would not be able to see community meeting immediately because it blends into the background and there's not high enough contrast. If you have a dark background, you probably want to have your text be a lighter color. So just like before, the community, when I turn it white, it is the most readable. I recommend to avoid using yellow text on white backgrounds, light gray text on white backgrounds, and text on busy photos that do not have a background. So our next fix would be related to spacing, alignment, and scanning. Accessibility is also about how fast people understand the flyer. As I'm looking at this, there's a hierarchy of font size, and one fix that I would do is maybe make this text a little bit smaller, so that way it's not clashing with the font size here. And so now when I'm looking at it, I can automatically read this first and then come down and see details down here. So basically, reducing your information overload can involve breaking long text into bullet points, shorter lines, and clear sections. So overall, here is a checklist that you can refer to when accessibility is the core in your design. This has to do with zooming, your font size, the contrast, the font styles, the information hierarchy, and making sure your text isn't floating in random spaces. If you have any tips on accessible design, let me know in the comments below. I would be glad to learn. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.